Hey everybody, it's Kate Richburg, and it is Thursday, January 16th. I'm trying to get settled. I've been rearranging my space here in my studio, and I don't know, maybe I think I need some more background stuff. I need to fill in over there a little bit, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. So welcome. I'm going to move one of these lights. I feel like it's not quite right. Right. There we go. Is that better? Let me see. And let me see here. We've been running around a lot this morning, so you know how that goes. I think that's better. Is that better? I don't know. Whatevs. That's what I've got. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me today. If you watched the Bead Extravaganza, the Great Bead Extravaganza trend report, if you watched it on Sunday night, if you haven't, you can go back and rewatch. It was really fun. Nile from Silver Silk did such a great job putting like the slide deck together, and we talked about all kinds of stuff. It was really fun. And so he talked about one of the trends was tassels. And if you've been with me for any period of time, you know how much I love tassels, right? So we have these Danielle Wickes. Let me add this to the mix. Let me move this camera over. There we go. We have these Danielle Wickes spacers that, let me move this. Oh, I'm glad. Thanks for loving my shirt. I love that. Cindy, you and I have the same shirt. I love it. I got it from, where? Amazon, of course. I'll link it. If you love it, I'll link it in our store. I love it. I got a couple of them. They wash really, really well. I got a little bit of breakfast. You can see I had to use a shout wipe. I got a little bit of breakfast on that. So, yeah, that's a little embarrassing, but whatever. Oh, that's very nice. You folks are super nice. So, what's up with my hair? I seriously, I haven't showered or anything. We've just been working and running around today, so I'm kind of a mess. But I wanted to do some stitch-ins because we chatted, as I said, about tassels, and it was really fun. And I thought, you know what? We have not used these Wickes, these Danielle Wickes Fringe spacers lately. And if Drea sent me we were looking at the project. It's a project that I did called Fountain. I'm going to go ahead and do a screen grab of it. It's called Fountain. Some of you have made them. Our buddy Michelle from Canada, Michelle Phipps, who's watching today, she's made quite a few of these. They look really fantastic. She's done them in some different colors. Let me add this, though, so you can see this. Let's see. Like I said, it's called Fountain. This one is on, it's on the homepage, the ingredients I'm using. It may differ just a little bit as we walk through it, but we will see what we see. But see, there's the fountain earring right there. And the caps, that project or that style that I did, that was a Danielle Wickes inspiration from the ones that she did. And we're going to talk about her spacer discs here real quick. And so I just thought, you know what? They'd be perfect. Whoops, sorry, I meant to do this one. Let me do this. I thought they would be perfect for us to kind of play around with a little bit. Yeah, I agree, Michelle. Using these discs are totally addicting. And I've had this idea in my head, and I've wanted to kind of suss it out a bit. So So I'm going to do that with you folks. So let me show you these. I need to grab a couple more things. Gosh, it's chilly where everybody is, isn't it? It is right now, it's 50 degrees, so it's not too bad. Yeah, Betty, I didn't miss my mouth, but I don't know. I was talking with Miranda and swinging my fork around, and I got some breakfast on my shirt. So, you know, terribly, terribly pretty. So here's the two what do I want to say, seed beads, I guess, the 11-aught and the 8-aught that I'm using. I'm using the Fringe discs, I'm using these lotus beads, and I'm using this daisy cap sharps, and there's the Fireline in crystal. I want to grab a couple more things, so let me do that here. Bear with me while I get them. And oh, I bet I have them over here. You know how it is when you rearrange and you can't find anything? Well, I can't really find anything when I'm not rearranging either, but hang on. I think I can grab what I need from right here. Let's see. I need some head pins. Do I have any in here? No. No. I'm going to have to grab some. Oh, here we go. I'll use these. I've got some silver head pins, which are right here in my little bin. And I think I need a little silver bead. Let me see. Hold, please, while I look for it. Hang on. Yeah, here we go. This should work, I think. Let's see if it does.
What you got? What you got?
I've got 8-aught metal seed beads.
Which kind?
In silver.
Oh.
Hold, please. Here I am. Okay. I also may use, instead, these would work. I want a little more metal in there. I also might use shadows in silver, little ones. I think I've got some sitting here somewhere. That's a beauty about these surprise stitch-ins for me. I am less prepared than usual. So let me see. I know I've got some open. What you're not seeing on camera is what a gigantic mess my little space is. Miranda's laughing at me, but
It's not bad.
it's pretty bad.
It's better than it was yesterday.
Yeah, better than it was yesterday, that's for sure. This might have a little bit of sparkle to it. So I don't know. I'm going to put these down too. It's the little shadow in silver as well. Okay. Okay, so let's see what happens with these. All right, so let me grab the packages of the discs so you can see them. Let me do that too. These Fringe discs are a Danielle Wickes product. And I love them because they are so, like, vintage, right? They're so, like, they have such a vintage inspiration, at least for me, behind them, right? So there's two different sizes. The disc itself here is 8mm. This disc is 10, and it's a smaller. I'm going to be using this smaller one that has the 7 holes right here. This is the larger one right here that I used for this one. Okay. And it gives you, I don't know, does it say on the back? It doesn't, but it has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, maybe 18 holes in it, I think, or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to be using the smaller one because what we saw in the trend report, if you remember, there were like long chain, like really long tassels that some were made of chain. You could use them as a pendant. but they were long and skinny. So I thought that these would work pretty well. And in the package, you get 6 pieces. So I'm just going to use 2 with what we've got today. Now, I haven't really thought this out, what a surprise, that much, but the beads that I got to work with is, I got these 4mm. This is the Aqua Celsian, I think, in 4mm. And then I got some 8mm and some 11mm. In the earring, let me show you. Let me put this earring back up here just a second. Let me brighten my screen because I can't really see. There we go. If you look in the earring, can you see those are 11/aughts with 15/aughts in between? So I wanted to level up just a little bit and have a little bit of a chunkier bead. So I got the 8/aughts instead. Okay. So I'm going to get my fire line and cut a length like this. I don't want it to be super long. Maybe it's just like half a wingspan or something like that. I don't want it to be super long. But I'm going to use my trusty Xuron thread shears. I'm going to put that aside. These are glued down on a little like piece of cardboard in the package. So this still has a little bit of sticky on it. There we go. Okay. So let me get my size 10. You can use a beading needle, size 10 beading needle. But since I'm using 8s and 10s and 4mm, this sharps should be fine. But you could go smaller if you needed to. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I think I am going to just come through like this. Whoops, not all the way through. Let me try that again. Come through, loop this around so it kind of is a stopper right here. And I think I'm going to tie a knot. Okay. We're going to hide this under a bead cap or something. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay. Let me get a little closer here to this, what I'm doing. I hope everyone's staying warm. It sounds like you all are having some pretty chilly temps. It's crazy. I like these a lot, this silver plate. I love our metal seed beads that we carry. If you're not familiar, we have them in a bunch of different finishes. This is the 8/aught metal, but I think I'm going to put this aside for a second in favor of, I think I like the texture. I used the little shadows in the other one, and so I think I like the texture of this. So let's see. And I want to make these long, right? Because what we saw in the presentation was really long earrings, like super long. Okay. So these that I'm wearing too, I finished these up. You can see, let me get this, get myself up here. These are the Aunt Constance ones that I've finished. The project will be up, and this will be up on the weekend. We only have a few more tubes. I think Drea said we had like 6 tubes of the Aunt Constance mix, the January monthly mix, left. But the photo and everything will be complete. So we'll put this up as a project. I'm really loving them. I love a big earring. So, and it dresses up my sweatshirt for sure. Oh, thank you, Joyce. You know, I take the tip from Emily. It's needling the thread, not threading the needle. When I thread it again, I mean, you've heard me say that before, but, you know, I'm just trying to get it threaded as fast as I can. Okay. So let me show you this. So I'm going to put my thread through one of the holes. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it through one that's close to the knot here. And then I'm going to use these 11 knots to kind of clear a little bit of that space. Maybe 3. I don't know. Let's try. Let's see what 3 looks like. Then what I did was I did small, large, small, large, small, large. Let's see what this looks like. There's high contrast between these two, so it's going to look a little dot dash, which, oh, you know what? I need to plug in my computer. Let me do that. I just got the warning. Sorry, let me do that real quick. There we go. My mom said she's excited for the February mix. We just mixed it yesterday. It's Miranda's. I may or may not have it sitting right there in front of me. I may have just flashed it. I can't help it. It was really fun. I know, a little sneaky peek. We had a lot of fun doing it too, for sure. I'm just going to thread this and I'm going to see what it looks like. I don't know if I love this even distribution of the small bead and big bead together, to be perfectly honest. But let's see what it looks like, okay? Yeah, it's going to be great. It's Miranda's mix. It's a great, great mix. I love it. I feel this is not quite what I'm looking for, right? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave this, though, like this. So this is when I play around with this. This is when I start to, kind of refine my thinking. Michelle said the willow, that 50-knot willow would be good. I also have the 11 in the willow, the 4273. I'm going to dump a few of these out too. Take a look at those. Because I really want this blue in here too. Okay. So I'm going to leave this like this. I'm going to cut another length of thread because I need something to compare. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do this. And this one. And I need a needle. Yeah, this mix has one of my new favorite beads in it. It's not new to us, but when Miranda was pulling the mix and we were playing around with it, I was like, wait a minute. How have I not used that bead in everything I make? It's really pretty good. So let me do another length on here. Okay, like that. So I'm going to use the blue. I'm going to use 3 of the blue. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use 1 of the willow, 1 of those moss green, 1 of the willow, and then maybe 3 of these again. 1 of the willow, 1 of the moss, 1 of the willow, and 3. I think this is seafoam. 1, 2, and 3. I think. I don't know. Yeah, see, it already is a little more refined. I like this kind of dot dash feeling. Let me move it up and let me get a little closer. But I think with this high contrast, it's not quite what I'm looking for, right? Let me zoom in a little tighter. Can you see that? Let me move it. Okay. Let me keep going with this. Willow, moss, willow, 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Haha, I strung them on the wrong one. Well, let me pick up the correct needle. I hear a big meowing cat, Miranda. Did you hear Alfred do his person meow? Oh, I think Miranda has her headphones in. I think Alfred's out there meowing. One, 2, 3. Miranda, Alfred was doing his I think I found a stick meow. I think he's outside. Yeah. That's what that meow is all about, that urgent. I have something.
I'm proud.
I'm so proud. Come look.
What you got?
Is there a stick out there?
No, he's just locked out.
Oh, he's locked out. Oh, Alfie, come inside. Oh, Alfie got locked out. That's his I've got locked out meow. Or did he bring a little one? Yeah. Oh, what a good boy. Come on, Alfie, come in here. Oh, here, hang on. Let's put him. There he is. And there's this, where's this little stick? Look at tiny stick.
Oh my gosh,
gosh.
he looks so
Alfie,
handsome on
I know,
camera.
on camera. Here's your big stick.
He's so photogenic.
He is. Here's your stick, baby. All right, Mama has to go back to work. You get that. Yeah. Katney says, let that baby in.
Yeah.
I know, right? He had a tiny little stick.
It's a little tiny stick.
Yeah. Little tiny. He's so funny. But I heard that when he has that certain tone in his voice, he's like, I've got a stick. Let me in. Chris, Alfie got locked out. Alfie was locked out and he was meowing. Oh, is it? Oh, it looked close. Well, he was meowing and he had a tiny stick. And he got to show everyone on camera.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
Maybe. Well. Yeah. Good luck out there. Let's put on one of these to finish it. Let's see what this looks like. I know, right? Annie says, I remember when we used to call Alfie Little Alfie Naughty Pants. Yeah. He's not, yeah, he's not little. He's our big, handsome baby. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's see. Let me make I'm going to take this. We know we don't want this. Okay. Yeah, Curtis is asking, are you sure that's not a mountain lion? I know, it's true. You know, so the Norwegian Yule cat, you know, the tradition of the Norwegian Yule cat that comes on Christmas and like bites you if you're not wearing your new Christmas clothes, is a giant black cat. So we, during the holidays, we called Alfred the giant Yule cat, which was hilarious. But yeah, he's a big boy. He's a nice, fat, big boy. My mom is saying, you're so serious and businesslike over there. Not, well, it's casual Thursday stitching. What are you going to do? And I wanted to get this idea out, and I thought that you folks might like to work with me. So, you know. So let me make another one of these. Okay, and let's see how these look together. I like how this is here, but maybe we need another one of those like in the middle here somewhere. Let me measure this length. Where's my tape measure here? So this is about 2 3/4 of an inch, like that. So let me make another one. 3 to clear the top, on top, then a willow. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. So maybe I'll do this, right? We've got this one and a willow, so that's right. And then, so that's there. Then we've got 3. Let me dump out a few more of these. And put this. Let me see. And this, 3 of these, 1, 2, 3. The willow, I think this willow is nice because it does have kind of a high contrast, but it kind of builds a bridge between these seafoam and like the darker. There needed to be like a mid-tone in there somewhere, right? Or a lighter tone, but you know what I mean. I think we needed 3 in there. Okay, so let me do this one. Oh, thank you so much. So many of you have jumped on to say hello today on this Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I don't know. I kind of like these little surprise stitch-ins. They're kind of fun, especially when I want to work a project out. Sometimes doing a project on your own in like a vacuum isn't quite as fun as doing it with people online. So let me do this. Let me do this here, this, and this. So this will go in the middle. There's my friend Maureen. Maureen, good to see you. I saw that you were playing bead chicken with your mosaic bracelet, but it's looking really nice. 2 and 3. Not 4, just 3. There we go. 3 of those. 1 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these, and 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Once you get the pattern down, you know, it's easier, then everything will be easy. So there's that, there's this one. I need one more because I felt it was a little, that I needed something up here. Okay. So here's this. Yeah, I saw, Maureen, you used every single bead almost in that tube. That's why I'm glad we added them. We have those off-white ecru ones in the shop now. So now you can recreate Danielle's mosaic cuff however you like it. Let's see, this and one of these with all of the mixes and stuff. I just love the way the mixes look. Let me put this one on the back. Okay. And then I'll go over the beads when I'm working with again. Okay. I think I like that. Okay. So, and that's going to be long. This is going to be a long flipping earring, but that's what I'm going for. That's what the trend report told us. So let me measure this. This is about 3 inches, which is about right. Okay. And then I am using, this is the 4273 and 11/0. This is the 501. This is the 2028 and 11. Okay. And then this is the small silver shadow, like this. And I've got the Aqua Celsian in 4mm here. Okay. And I don't think I'm going to spiral these down. I'm going to make these all the same length. Okay. So now that I know what's going on with this, I am going to stitch. I've got a lot of beads here now. Let me very carefully take this one, move that away. I think I like the, just the little shadow here at the bottom. So I'm going to use that as my stopper and go back up. Beading needles might be easier for these long ones, but I'm just going to go with what I have. Though I do like that idea about a fire polish in each strand in different places to make a spiral of fire polish. Let's see, I've got that middle one there. So let me see if we can actually do that. That might be kind of cool for this one, right? Let me go here. Let me make sure I'm not skipping anything. That'll give it a little extra flair too, right? So let me do this. Let me just get this stitch back and then we can play around with that thought. So here are all of these. And putting these through. Miranda is wrapping orders as we speak. You know, at the beginning of the year, we had just a real ton. We had so many orders, but we're flying through orders again. So you folks are going to see all of your notifications. So thanks for being patient. We're getting through all of those big sale orders. And then we'll get to, so you should see all of the first round of the monthly mix. And then the second round of the monthly mix is going to ship real soon, early next week. And we still have, so we're getting to you. So I apologize for the wait, but if anybody has a question or needs anything faster or whatever, just let us know. Just email Drea over at info and we'll take care of it. Okay. So let me, figure this out. Okay. I've got this. And let me see. I'm just looking for questions right here. Oh, that's a good question, Curtis. Do I think 1 millimeter or 0.5 millimeter, would they fit through the disc? This is 1.5 and I think that this is too thick. 1 millimeter might and 0.5 might. And I bet I can get Miranda to get me a couple of scraps to check. Yep, she's in.
What? Oh, I got one of Alfie's burrs.
Oh, nice. One of Alfie's burrs. Like super skinny, 0.5, 1 and 0.5. And the monthly bead mix, I think that our last monthly mix, yeah, this is perfect. Our last monthly mix competition was in December, and we're extending the December one, I think. I'll get clarification from Drea. 0.5 fits through. Okay. Because we've got some other things coming up this year that we're going to do with group project things. So let's see. And the 1 millimeter's a little tight. And I think just depending on what it is this one or is this also might be 0.5. I can't tell. I can't decide either. It's a little tight. Let me get here. I've got a caliper. Let me see. That caliper has no battery. Let me try this caliper. Yeah, this is also 5 millimeter.
Is this 1.5? I think it is. Hang
Hang on. This might be one. Hang on. Yeah, this is one.
Okay, looks a little thick.
Yeah, it's one. Let me see. Hold, please. Yeah, the one is too thick, but the 0.5 goes through. That gives me a lot of ideas, right? Okay, but now back to our regularly scheduled earring program. So, do this, put that over there, put that away, put that away. Okay, so I've gone back up. All right, so I've got one. No, the holes are the same size in both of the discs. Same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 there. So that one would be in the third position, the second position, and then the first position. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'd go on this side 5, and then we'd go 6. So I would replace each one of those 8 mils. I'm sorry, those 8/0 with a 4mm. So if I work backwards, I need to replace number 3. That was a really good idea. I think this is going to add a lot to it. We'll see. So there's one. Here's one of these. Here's one of these. One of these. I'm going to stitch it kind of Kate speed if I can. Now I need 3. 1, 2, 3. Another section of the moss and the willow. Then another section of the 3 blue. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to put in the shadow, the aqua celsian, and the shadow. Then I go down to 3. 1, 2, 3. Then a willow, a moss, a willow. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more sections. 1, 2, 3. 1. Do you ever have to count out loud like I'm doing? I hope I'm not alone. You can hear Miranda printing as we work. I love the sound of the printer printing out orders. You folks know we so appreciate you and appreciate your patience and all of that good stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6, and now 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Moss and Willow does sound like a little storybook title, doesn't it? One of those, one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these, and a shadow. All right. So here's this one. And they should be the same length, right? Because we're only moving this around where it sits in the length of the tassel leg. So let's shoot this needle back up through this tassel. I'm really excited about Emily's amulet project. What did you folks think? Did you watch yesterday? Part 2 is going to be tomorrow when she connects everything and then makes the fringe. I think it's super interesting. You know, I also might like to shrink that shape down and do like an earring design with it. That would be cool. I really like her idea also of just making it into a pendant. It doesn't have to be a pouch, right? You can just do that single side. I also like that. Brick stitch goes by so quickly. Doing all of these stitched brick stitch things lately has really gotten me into the whole brick stitch thing. So now, see here, I have tightened them up. I don't want them to be too tight because the tassel leg will get wonky. Okay. So, okay. So there's that. So let me go down. Let's do this next one. How are we doing for time? I don't know. I hope you don't have anywhere to go. I mean, I should be filling orders and helping Miranda, but instead I'm stitching this. I know Miranda's all, yeah, get to work. But I really wanted to work this idea out. And you know, sometimes when the bead muse hits, you have to do it. So that's me today. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to add that other fire polish. Then we also have that center hole, which I think I may make fire polish heavy, maybe. Let's see. So there's that. I'm going to keep this tail of thread here too, like this, because after I come around, I'm going to tie that into a knot. So there's that one with 1, right? So that looks right. Yep, good. So now I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more segments with the willow and the moss. So 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. 1 willow, 1 moss, 1 willow. And 1, 2, 3. These. There's a moss one over there that I'll catch. 1 of those. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then let's pull that down. Then we're getting close for this leg. This one. 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And I thought about doing all kinds of different things here for the bottom, but I also, in the trend report, when we were looking at the tassels, they were all kind of long and skinny, but you can interpret that look however you like it, right? Oh, thanks, Dawn, for letting me know. Let me get back. Let me, there we go. Sorry about that. Sorry. Sometimes, you know, the cameras now are so like, we don't know what to focus on. So sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. This, I hate it when it goes blurry. I hate it when I'm watching like tutorials online or whatever and it goes blurry and I'm like, oh, come on. Fix that. There we go. Okay, so now let's send this needle up. And I like the little willow, the little touch of the green around the 4mm. It kind of gives a little bit of negative space around that bead too. Maybe makes it feel like it's a little more of a drop. I don't know. That was my thinking behind it. So slide those through. And these through, just like that. Okay. So now we'll go on to our next one, and we are at stitching the fire polish in the number 1 position. Okay. So like this, like that. So let's see what we've got there. So yeah, so those 3 look good. All right. So, and see how the top is looking? See how that's stitched in at the top there? Oh, There's a chip in my polish. I didn't even notice that. That's not pretty. Okay, up and now down. And I'll go with 3. And this I may have to add some more thread. So, which is good because I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Are we getting enough contrast? It might also be this white background on here. Let me try this. I wonder if that'll keep it more in focus. Let's see. Maybe that's a little dark. Maybe that one. That might be better. I don't know. That might be better. I'll try and stay on it, folks. I'll try. Keep myself in focus. 1, 2, 3. One of those. One of the big 4mm. One of the willow. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. That looks good, right? Okay. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of just the smaller. So that one. Now color-wise, I don't know. This also might look good in all like a monochromatic color. We also talked in the trend report about monochromatic color palettes. How we're seeing a lot of those. I'm seeing a lot of that like on the fashion runway as well. There's a lot of monochrome going on, which it can be, it has the danger of being a little bit dull, right? To have just kind of a monochromatic palette. But the way that you can vary a monochromatic palette would be to add like different finishes. Maybe it's matte, maybe it's shiny. Maybe you use the same color, but like in a metallic so that the finish is a little different. You know, all of those things I think add to the kind of, you know, spicing up the color palette. You can also add like the Pantone color of the year, you know, controversial as it may be. Some people love it, the Mocha Mousse color. Some people are like, nope, not for me. But what we're finding is if you spice it up with another good contrasting color, we've been using a lot of teal with the Mocha Mousse. So you could replace this green, you know, this could be like the Mocha Mousse here, or you could get, this could be like kind of a brown tone and have these all accents be teal and blue. That might look kind of good. I don't know. I mean, the color of the year is kind of, it's kind of a funny thing. I'm not really sure nowadays when everything goes, right? I mean, there's a whole mishmash of styles. We don't have to be slave to the runway fashion, which is good. Not that I ever was, but so I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest, that the color of the year is still relevant. Is it? Do you think it is? I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thought, right? Like, do we really need, I mean, they use the color of the year for like everything. You know, Pantone puts it out. They are working on the color of the year right now, probably 3 years in the future, at least now, and predicting color trends and stuff. And I think that was much more important when the manufacturing process took so much longer, right? And trend reports and stuff. All of that took so much longer. But now, where trends, you know, some really super fast fashion that I'm not really down with, but it says like a fast fashion look can go from conception to the rack in like 4 weeks or something. It's really super fast. That has a lot of implications about our planet and about wastefulness and about all kinds of things that I won't talk about here. But, fast fashion isn't great for the planet. But it also makes it very easy to bring a trend to market and then have that trend just as easily and quickly go away. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know that in the arts. Oh, and see this? Look, I put the willow around it and not the silver. Am I going to worry about it? Not really, because it's this top one. So I'm just going to leave it. It does make the rest of these too long, though, or too short, doesn't it? Oh, I know. If I'm going to do it. Yeah, and I agree, Deborah. Same. And so, like this shirt right now that I am wearing and bought on Amazon, 100% fast fashion. Do I feel bad about it? Yes. Am I still wearing it? Yes. I need it. I mean, it's hard. It's a really hard at where we draw the line. This year or last year in 2024, I committed to making a lot of my wardrobe, the wardrobe, the clothes that I wear. And it was really gratifying. I love to sew. I love to design. I love to really make a sartorial statement that I want to make with my clothing. That is why I'm also doing my retreat this year. Last year in France, we did beads. This year, we're doing clothing. And if you haven't checked out the retreat info, it's over on my Kate Richberg YouTube channel. There's a little video I made. Jen Cushman, who runs the retreats, she and I are going to do a live about it again. So if you are interested in, it's for all levels. If you've never sewn a stitch before, this is the place for you. We're going to do it kind of in the Lagan look way of dressing, which is really fun to wear and really fun to make. But it's hard, it's hard, it's hard to decide, what works. So what I've been doing lately also is I've been doing a lot of mending. I had some shoes from Allbirds, if you know the Allbirds brand. I love them. I don't consider those fast fashion, I guess. But the shoes themselves, it's kind of these soft kind of trainers, sneakers or whatever, kind of have a nice look to them. But the toes didn't last very long. So I wore holes in the toes of all of my Allbirds sneakers. And those suckers are not cheap, 2, 4, 6. So since they were soft on the top, I was able to mend them. So I feel a little better about fast fashion, making do and mending, right? So that makes me feel a little bit better. So like if this sweatshirt that I'm wearing has a, gets a hole or gets something, I have the skills and ability to mend it, to put some embellishment over it, right? So I don't know. They're interesting questions. And I think it really does stem from the color of the year. And I love that some of you are saying, I do not pay attention to trends, in the way that I decorate myself, in the way that I decorate my house. And it's interesting. Those of you, oh, see, look, I dropped another one, but I'm not going to go back and fix that. That's just not going to happen. It's because I'm chatting and stitching, but that's what this is all about. But I think you need to find where your comfort level lies, right? So I think that fast fashion, I don't know that necessary evil is really the way to put it, but I think it's here to stay, right? So, make your choices around it. Same thing with like beads and about, you know, the things that we make. It's really gratifying when I see you folks making such gorgeous things, gorgeous pieces. I love it. I didn't add the bead at the bottom. This one is just eluding me, isn't it? For corn's sakes. Let's see, where am I? I did this. Well, I don't have to go back all the way to the top, so I will fix that. Maybe I'll pay attention for a second. Put this on. Thank you, folks, for catching that. And doing this. Yeah, I like mending, right? Learned how to mend from my gran, right? Back in the day when you turned like shirt collars and you turned shirt cuffs, right? Did anybody's mom do that? To make them last a little bit longer? Kind of an interesting way of thinking about things. There's a few sewists, sewing designers, sewing enthusiasts, I don't know, that I follow on Instagram. One of them, his Instagram handle is Toof Toof brush. He's out of LA and San Diego, and he's kind of teaching himself how to sew. And some really interesting things about reusing and recycling and repurposing. It's been really interesting. So he's on Instagram. I love him. I'm also a big fan. There's another Instagram maker. His name is Glory Allen, Glory Allen. And he makes some really cool, very simple DIY patterns. He has a sweatshirt pattern that I really like. So when I decide to make my own sweatshirt, it's a really good one. So if you peruse like Insta, you'll find, I think, a lot of inspiration for sewing and embellishing and mending and stuff like that. So I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I think I've finally gotten through this one. This one really posed a challenge. It's because I'm talking too much. I need to just stitch. But I like chatting. See, I'm missing that one, but I'm definitely not going to go through and put that one back in. And thank you, Maureen, for the very kind words about the France. Please go on. Maureen came on the France retreat last year. It was so much fun. The space that we stayed, it's in Dufour, France, in the south, not really kind of to South France, kind of near the Pyrenees. It was so much fun. We really had a lot of camaraderie. We had a lot of learning. I'm really looking forward this year. We'll probably return to beading again, though I don't know. Maybe this will be turn into a sewing retreat for me. I don't know, but I'm very excited to share my techniques with you. And especially if you've never sewn a stitch before, that's the place to go. Okay, so there we are there. So now we've done 4. So let's go ahead. And I can't remember who had the idea. Kattni, it might have been you who talked about doing the fire polish, or maybe it was Flower Pot. I can't remember who was on here and saying that, but I think it adds a lot visually to this, right? Margaret Sloan, this is, you said it. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Have you seen that, Miranda?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. It has, who's the main actress in it? She's Leslie, she's, Leslie Manivelle she has my acting career. I love it. She's so good. And it's about this woman. It's set in post-war and after Dior, kind of redoes his house and is trying to come back from the struggles of the war and stuff. And so her big goal in life is to have a couture Dior dress. So she leaves from England, gets on a plane, and flies to France. And that's all I'll say. But it is a fantastic period piece. Leslie Mandeville is just fantastic. If you also haven't watched it, there's another really good movie that I love about fashion. Maybe I'll do this for one of my mixes. It's called what's it called? The Thread. Hang on. It's called, God, I can't think of movies. It'll come up here. Phantom Thread is what it's called. The Phantom Thread. It's so good. It's like super slow, right? Super slow, which I love. I love a slow movie. It's really fantastic. And he is also a designer. Leslie Mandeville's in that one too. Really, really, really good. I'm using the Danielle Wickes trick here to attach thread. I've tied my new thread in a square knot. Now I'm going to use the thread burner. I'm going to burn through it and I'm going to melt that thread down, mushroom it a little bit right down to the knot. And then I'm going to do that same one on this side right here. Okay. And this one here. I didn't realize that Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris was a remake, that Angela Lansbury was in it. I love it. I'm going to have to find it. I don't think I mushroomed those high enough. So let me try it again. Let me just do it again here. That's why you check it, so that if your thread is breaking, you want it to break before you start the project again. So here's this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull it tight. There we go. Yeah, Phantom Thread, I just loved it. Number one, I love Daniel Day-Lewis. I just love him, love him. He is also one of those kind of slow-paced movie actors that I just love. But I'm that way. The slower the movie is, I feel like the more I like it. The new one with what's her name? Angelina Jolie. She plays Maria Callas. I don't know if anyone's seen that. I watched that the other day. Super slow, but she's really good as La Callas. She's so good. I'm going to try not to burn my finger off here. That was a really good one. Again, the clothing. Yeah, this is good to go now. The clothing in it was really good. She wears this crocheted bathrobe that's just delicious. It's quite good. Quite good. And I think it's on streaming now. That's how I watched it, on streaming over the New Year's holiday. I'm going to have to watch it again. There we go. All right, so let's get this one going. And where was I? So now that is in position number 4. So I'm going to go here to position number 5. Okay, right here. Oh, somebody's here. That's either a delivery or the house cleaners. Thank God for our house cleaners. Chris takes care of everything and looks great, but you know, you don't have to fight to see who cleans the toilet, which is good. So thank goodness for them. Okay, so I can be here and stitching. All right, so 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 1, and 1, and now 3. Are you putting Alfie in here? Oh no, that was delivery. Packages. Piling up, everybody. Packages, piling up. Love. Yeah, I'm going to have to look for that Angela Lansbury version of Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I had no idea. I just love her. From here. So see, I've got to count. I've got to make sure that I don't miss anything. We're really close. I know you want to see how I'm going to finish this. I do too. So I just have one more leg after this, and then we'll work on this. Okay. I'd love to hear any other movie recommendations. We watched the the 6888. We watched that last night. So good. It was really, really well done. Really fantastic movie. Oprah plays Mary McLeod Bethune in a cameo. It was great. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend watching it. It made me feel really, I don't know, Chris and I were both weeping at the end because it was so good. But anyway, that was a good one too. Yeah, TV right now is so good. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera like that. Conclave is also good. I just watched Conclave. So good. Stanley Tucci, Ralph Fiennes. I think Isabella Rossellini was nominated for that one. It's really good. It's really, really good. I just watched it the other night. It was great. Fellow travelers, Curtis, I'll look. Yeah, I also love Korean drama. Same. Love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, that one needed to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me do that. I'm making my mental list, so I need to be paying attention. Yeah, Conclave. And it was really beautifully done. Ralph Fiennes is so good. And they're all good. They're all good in it. I need one of these. And then I need one of these. Another big one, the second season is just dropping. It's called Severance. That's on Apple TV. Also very, very good. All right, I need to pay attention so that I don't keep making these same mistakes. I need the silver around here. Silver, please. I'm just going to undo this because my fingers are having trouble. All right. That's why I talk to myself when I do this. Yeah, it's a Ben Stiller, I think. Severance is Ben Stiller. Love him. Love him. You know, Apple TV has so many good ones, though. So many good ones. I don't know. I love movies. I love going to the movies. I love watching them on TV. I love watching old movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here's a next one, this one right here. And this one, and then these 3, 1, 2, and 3, and now we'll do our anchor at the bottom. This one. If you're watching this on replay, thank you so much for being here and watching it on replay. You'll be able to fast forward through a lot of this chat to get to kind of the meat of the project, but I really appreciate you all being here with me and chatting as I work through this project like this. And I'm going back through. I know that is the downside. It's like every streaming service has something, right? So I feel like I'm constantly like canceling this and signing up for that until I watch everything I want to watch. And then I cancel this and sign up for that, right? But what are you going to do? Some of the shows are so good. And I haven't been to the movie theater in a while, I'll tell you. And I used to love going to the movies. I loved going to the movies by myself. I was a big fan of that. Getting away. I'll be honest, pretending I had an errand, and then the errand was to the movie theater. Okay, and now up. Now one last one. Unfrosted was good. We watched that too. We liked it. We liked it. It sounds like really kind of a just ridiculous premise, but Chris and I watched it, and it was just the kind of fun, light romp you wanted it to be. All right, let's do this last one, and then we need to decide what's going to go here in the center. Okay, so let's go down. Yeah, Unfrosted was good. I mean, I forgot about it once I watched it. You know, it was super light, but it was good. 1, 2, 3. Has anyone watched Palm Royale on Apple TV with what's her name, Kristen Wiig, and Carol Burnett is in it. Make some cameo appearances. It's very good. The clothing itself is 1960s Palm Beach. It's really good. I really, really liked it. But visually, it was a stunner. Okay, now one of these, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, yeah, it's the Netflix movie. It's the 6888. It's about the African American women's battalion that was tasked with the insurmountable, it seemed, task of delivering the mail during World War II, because there was this giant backlog. And so they did it. The women's battalion, the 6888, were deployed and took care of it. And it was really, it's a great movie. It's really great. On Netflix right now with Kerry Washington in the lead, who does an amazing job. Really amazing. Okay, so here's this. Now this one needs to be a fire polish, right? So let's do this. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I need 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Yeah, it's right. It's just since it's on a curve. So I need a silver one. Silver, fire polish, silver, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to add this again. One of these, one of these, one of these, one of these. What was that?
Garbage can.
The garbage can. This. All right. So with this, I'm going to show you how I tie this off. I don't know that I'm actually going to tie it off yet because we need to do something for the center. And I was thinking that I would do the center on wire, which is why I have head pins and eye pins here. But I don't know that I'm going to do that. I might just keep stitching. Let me see. Don't know the answer yet. Bear with me here. Let's just go through, make sure I'm catching everything. And this. Okay. So now let's do this. Slide this up. And do this. I'll do and thanks, I think it was Terry. Terry said referral link. I'll do a referral for everything that we chatted about today. Okay. Oh, Hacks. Hacks is on my list. I really, really want to watch Hacks. Yes. I've been saving it. So I need to start that. Okay. So here we've got everything. What we want to make sure is, since this is Fireline, it can hang kind of stiffly. So we want to make sure that everything kind of sits nicely. Can you see how the fire polish kind of twirls around it, which I like? Let's see what we're going to do in the middle, though. Okay, so I'm going to come here. I'm going to stitch down this center one. Okay. And let me spread out all of these tassel legs. Okay. So I think I want it to look a little heavier. So I think I'm going to do this configuration right here down the center. Okay. I think. Let me get some more of those blue ones. And so 1, 2, 3. Let me get some shadows. So those are to hand. And let's get this. So this, one shadow, one fire polish, one shadow. Pardon me, because I feel like it has to have a little bit of weight in the center. I feel like, I don't know. 1, 2, and 3. One of these. One of those. One of those. That's 2 sections. 3. And I also want the section to be a little bit longer. So one of these, one of these, one of these, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see where we are with length. That actually looks nice just like that, doesn't it? I like it. So another one. But I like the little, my goal was to have the earring look kind of skinny. So, and then these fire polish stick out. So I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm just going to keep going. This here, one of these, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So how many fire polish is that? 1, 2, 3. This is 4 sections. Fire polish. I mean, shadow. Then a fire polish. Then a shadow. And then 3, 1, 2, and 3. Fire polish. Shadow, fire polish. Shadow. So this is 6, right? 2, 4, 6. All right, let's see how long this is. Okay, so see, this comes down a bit, which I am good with. And I'm going to use one of these. I think I am going to do maybe a picot at the bottom and then go up. Let's see. Margaret, I like this. Margaret was acting and co-owned and operated a theater that did new plays and experimental theater in Ashland, Oregon. Seeing shows in Ashland, and I'll bet I was in that vintage store because we used to go to Ashland religiously every year for many, many years. That Shakespeare Festival, the first year I went was, I'm going to say 83, I think was the first year. I've gone with my friends. I've gone with my mom. Gone with college theater groups. It's one of my favorite. So was that vintage store, Margaret, you know, right there by Lithia Park, right? Where there used to be a place where they sold records and stuff. And it was right across, there's that little kind of strip with all the shops. There's there's a yarn store there now. We were just up there. But there was also like this restaurant that kind of had a bar where you could look out onto the square. I think there was a vintage place there that we always used to frequent, because if there's a vintage store around, I am there for it. All right, let's take a look and see. I love how this earring is. I don't love how this bead is down here. It's just, it's not right. See how like skinny this is? And I love this bead. I think I'm going to use it at the top. It's not right. Right? Yeah, we always had fun in Ashland. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful town. It's really gorgeous up there. I'm going to anchor this here with, I think, another fire polish. And then see how that looks. Okay, whoops. We were talking about how good I was stringing a needle, but was having a little bit of trouble there. Let's needle that thread. There we go. Set that needle right on top of the thread. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's better. That lotus bead just wasn't right. But I'm going to do this. And you know what? In the center of the picot, I'm going to use a willow and then send these back up. Like so. Oh, there's our friend Ann Gardan. Yeah, Ann, I'm sorry I'm not going to be in Tucson this year. I'm going to have deep Tucson envy seeing all of my friends, but I am going to shop remotely. Maybe I can do a little remote shopping with you. That might be fun. We can talk about that. I'm doing a lot of remote shopping with all of my Tucson vendors. It's just not in the cards for me this year. It's just one too many things. But I promise you that we're planning some really fun remote Tucson activities. So again, apologies, my friends, but next year. Tucson will wait for me another year. Let me get this out of the center. Now I have a little bit of a tangle. So let me untangle it. Untangle that. Untangle that. How am I doing on time? Oh, it's after 12. Let me go up. Like this. And like this. Okay. Yeah, see, that's better. That I wanted something that kind of anchored it, but that bead was just too much. So now we need to figure out the top. Okay, so you see there's that center line, that center one. And let me go ahead. I'm going to tie this off now. So see how I've got these two? Like this. So I'm going to come in. I'm going to tie that square knot. Right over left. Left over right. Now I'm going to get some glue. Whoops. This is that one where the tip fell out. I just need to throw that glue away, I think. Let me get this one. Okay, a little bit of GS here. Put that right on that knot. Get the lid back in here. Okay. Now, okay, so this shorter piece, I'm going to thread burn this away just to get it out of the way. I normally would let this glue dry a little bit longer, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail there. So, all right, so now I'm going to come in and I'm going to use this bead cap. Whoops, sorry, I'm fuzzy. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to get a 4 mil just so there's a little something underneath this bead cap. I think. Is it too tall? Yeah, it's actually a little too tall, so never mind. I'll take that out. And let's see. This is the daisy bead cap. We have them in all the different colors, but I thought I'd use silver in case any of this disc showed, which it might. Let's see. It does a little. So there's a little like short length here. So I'm going to put, I feel like I want a little bit of a bead under there just to, you know, fill the space. Okay, so I'm going to put that 8 on there. Yeah, there we go. See that? Now, here's this. So I'm going to put on this lotus and this fire polish. Yeah, I like that up there for sure. That's good. Now I have an ear wire. I have one of those lever bats. Whoops, this came off. So I'm gonna put, I could use a wire guard here, but the wire guard might be a little bit big. I think I've got, this is where a 15-aught really shines. Do I have a tiny 15 here? I might just use the 11. I'll just use the 11. But I'm going to put on 2 of these. I'm going to go through maybe I just need 1. 2 looks a little long for an 11. 1 of these, stitch the ear wire through the ear wire, through the 11, back down, tighten that up. Yeah, that works for me. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this back down. You know, I probably should not have thread burned this because having that other piece of thread here would have allowed me to tie a little bit of a better knot. But I'm going to go down through that first bead in this stack and then back up so it catches. And I'm going to reinforce this. Sorry. And I go through, and I go through, and I go through, and I'll come back down. There's 2. I could go back through one more time if I felt like I wanted. The fire line is really sturdy though, but I think I'll do it once more because that's all that this whole earring is sitting on, is this. Now I'm going to come back through and knot this off. And I'll do it probably underneath here so the knot doesn't really show. I'm going to get this center strand right here. Yeah, I thought about a tiny jump ring too, Kim Golias, to be really honest. I thought about stitching that in, but I would have had to go find it, and it was just like beyond what I could handle, to be honest right now. But a tiny jump ring would look good, so it really swings. I'm going to just bring this around, tie like a half hitch knot down there so it sits right at the top. I can get it right around itself. Make sure I'm not catching anything else when I tie it. So that goes there, and then I'll go through the opposite side. But see, had I had that other length of thread, had I not thread burned it, and usually my motto is don't get rid of any threads until the end of your project. But let me do a little dot of glue right there. Okay. And that dot of glue will go there. Let me put this back on. Okay, and I will thread burn. I'm going to let that dry a little bit more after and I'll thread burn it a little bit closer, but for now, I'll do that. You can see that thread coming out right there. I'm going to give it a little roll. And I'm going to try it on for length, but I love it. Love, love, love. Let me put myself up here. Not too bad. It was like 2 hours, a little less than 2 with all my fumbling and stuff. So that's not too bad. And look, it's a nice long earring. I like the color too. Let me hydrate for a second. And there we go. I should have done that a while ago. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. So it's a nice long one. So this is about 3 inches, right? Plus this. So it's probably about almost 3.5 inches probably. So it's super long. That's the look. That was the trend report earring I was looking for. Okay. Besides this, I mean, you can make it any length you want, right? But it worked out. There's 6 holes going around. So we did that kind of 6 spiraling those fire polish around and stuff. So I think it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. I like how that top looks, how that tapers down. It's not too bad. The components are really fun. I'm going to place this on the, let me solo this so you can kind of see it. Let me lay this all out with everything. The thing that I needed to add that's not on the list is this willow. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'll have Drea add it to the project. Get rid of these. And I think she also needs to add the shadows, the silver shadows. I think the shadows are better, in my opinion, than these 8/aughts. Though I love these, but I think these have a little more texture. So here's this. You could definitely stitch chain. I was actually going to use some chain and try and incorporate chain in this. You could just get the chain and, you know, slip it through, put the chain up next to the hole, slip it through and stitch it for sure. And then this aqua celsian right there. Okay. So that you can, let me center it. Let me zoom it in a little bit. This is the lotus bead. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Oh, thank you for your kind words about the red carpet for the for the Great Bead Extravaganza trend report. Oh, excuse me. That was a yawn. I didn't mean to do that. It means I have to stand up and hydrate. It was really fun to do. It was really, really fun. The shadows are metal. They're the the brass shadows that I love so much that are plated. So we have them in the silver, the shiny gold, the brass, the dark black gunmetal, and did I say the silver? The silver was nice as well. You could definitely add chain into here too. You could stitch, when you stitch this through, you could also stitch through a length of chain. So this could have chain with it. I think that these component parts, this one, as I say, is the 7 hole. And then the other one, it's like 18 holes or 17 holes, I think. Where did it end up? Here's that one package. I don't know where the other package is, but they're both on the website. I don't know. I don't know where it disappeared to. But they come in 2 sizes. This size, and then that larger size as well. So, yep, so that's it. So there it is, my friends. It was really fun to do. Super fun. So thank you for joining me today. I know it was a little long, but I feel like we got a lot done. We got a lot of chatting done. We've got, oh, that's why my watch is telling me to stand up, so I better do it. We had a lot of fun creating. And I'm liking this earring a lot. I think it turned out pretty nicely. Tomorrow, we're going to be on with Emily. She's going to finish that amulet purse, the amulet pouch that she's doing. Don't miss that part 2. And I hope that you folks grab some of these component parts and play around with them. This would also be a really great pendant, as a necklace. You can really make them the length that you want them to be. They were super long on me, but again, that's what I was looking for. So let me put this earring back on and we'll update this project, and I appreciate you spending the time. So thanks so much, my friends. Get this earring in. There we go. I'm good to go. And I'll see you tomorrow with Emily. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.